You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good game. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip from Celebrity Rehab. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Celebrity Rehab.
Hey everybody, welcome to Celebrity Rehab Season 5, Episode 7, The Trouble with Loved Ones. I think
and I already have some
relate.
trouble right now.
You do?
Well, slow. He's already into it.
Okay.
We didn't even get to say who's in the studio
I
yet.
didn't. Hello.
Because-
Okay, just go, Phil. Just go.
Okay,
No, really,
well,
just go.
I'm Phil Svitek,
Thank
and
you.
I thought we adopted the notion when we open up the show, we do what Shelly did, and we say rehab.
Oh,
That's right. We forgot.
shoot fire, heck darn, I forgot.
What is this?
When
What
they
is
answer the
this?
phone, instead of saying, Pasadena Recovery Center, they just go rehab.
Rehab.
That's
I've been answering the phone like that all week at home.
That's right.
There you go.
And I forgot.
And it's literally a rehab at our house. So.
Indeed, indeed. So
We know
we
you're
have Phil Svitek here, along with John Comerford, Joe LaBelle. We've got Melissa and Michelle and Melissa Macedo.
I know you're a little drunk. I know.
No, I'm
It's
not.
okay.
I was earlier today, but I've sobered up by now, and I'm Tamara Berg. So here we go, right? The loved ones.
yeah.
The loved ones
Oh,
and
yeah.
their trouble.
Wow, they do have some troubles.
And the Men in Blue came.
Well, and that's how we ended last week's episode,
Yeah, right,
with the Men
right.
in Blue coming to the beautiful,
Brunch or whatever they
brunch that we're having.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you where you stand.
I'll kill you where you
I'll
stand.
bury
I'll
you where
Thank
you
you.
stand.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
He's a
Which
punk.
Sorry, I
makes
got that
sense,
wrong.
obviously.
Oh
and,
my God.
And I believe he would. I believe
Yeah.
him. I believe
If anybody could, though,
Yeah.
this one here has got an
Michelle
amazing
could.
Michelle?
left cross.
That's true. That's true.
Left cross.
Can we maybe tell that story a
no,
little later?
No.
Or
Maybe
no?
in the special
No,
segment.
you don't think so? Yeah, maybe do a special.
I'll let her
I
do it.
can
Liza's
tell
not
it.
going to do it. What's
We,
that?
we should do a special segment on Maria was on Drew's
That's
Love
right.
Line.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually going to be working very closely together on his Life Changers. So
Yeah.
we
on
should-
CW.
Yeah.
He,
It's gonna be on
he
CW.
should
We'll
come
talk about
in.
that.
But also, I'll talk about the ass story.
Okay.
Oh.
Something to look forward to.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
So show kicks
I
off.
don't know if you want to talk about that,
Well-
by the way.
well-
Just saying.
We're
it's
gonna
not
leave
my
it.
fault. I'm sure there are other
me to
people
be
in the
ashamed
world
of.
who have been
Okay,
afflicted.
so how did the show start?
So anyway, the show starts
Yeah,
off.
there we
Boy,
go.
that's my 4th attempt here.
Jump in,
Lively
baby.
group tonight. Jeremy and Lou and the death threats.
Yeah.
So started off with Jeremy's dumbass sister talking about, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know you were Buttafuoco face shooter, and
Yeah.
then something about a serial killer.
Why would anybody think that would be a good thing to say?
It
or
was just a
appropriate thing to say
sarcastic
at a
little
brunch?
joke.
Yeah.
Come on, John.
Yeah.
It was a
So
sarcastic little
here's
joke.
my question. That happened last
No, no,
week,
no, no.
right?
Right?
I'll
So-
do it this way.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure that the clips we saw, I wasn't able to see last week's episode, but I'm pretty sure.
You got it all in the
Okay,
in the
so
previously on.
that was all. So she just said, who was talking before she said that? I mean, what made her say that?
It was
Yeah,
one
it
of
wasn't
those
really
things.
anything like
You know
that.
what I mean? I think the sister had a preconceived notion of, okay, this is celebrity rehab. I'm going to see all these celebrities. I don't know who you are. Oh, it just hit me. You're the woman who killed that guy, and you're famous.
And
Oh my
she
God!
didn't-
Now I
she didn't
realize.
kill anybody.
No,
Yeah, she
yeah.
didn't kill
She
anyone.
shot someone, and it
Yeah.
wasn't a guy; it was a woman. So,
She was kind of relating.
except for everything you just said, you got it exactly right.
She was relating how Jeremy had informed her who was going to be there, and she didn't put that name or that person together with the person sitting in front of her. So that's when she realized, oh, you're the
Buttafuoco face
Buttafuoco
shooter.
face shooter.
Family, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Jeremy's mom decided to call 911
Because
there were death
his
threats being
sons,
made.
yeah,
And
her sons-
actually, I didn't realize this, but Dr. Drew pointed out that in California, it is illegal to threaten someone's
Yeah,
life.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm
I
glad.
believe in every
I feel
state.
Safer.
No.
Probably
No,
not Alaska.
probably not.
Are you kidding?
you-
Boston
Or Texas.
They say
Yeah,
that
exactly.
stuff
You
all
can
the
get away
time.
with anything, Texas.
Yeah, I don't think it is in every
I think,
state.
Yeah.
I think you actually have to be pulling the trigger before you can get arrested
Yeah.
in Texas.
Well, okay, Boston, New York City, the angriest people I know.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
there are
great.
death threats every day.
No, there are plenty of fine people that live in Boston and
Yes,
New York, and some of them are fans
many,
of the show.
many.
And we like
Yes,
to hear
yes,
from
they
them.
are. Fantastic
I love
people, kind
Boston
and
and New
loving.
York. I lived there for 4 years. So not even saying that.
Wow.
I'm
Thank
just
you,
saying,
Jesse.
Is that a record?
just
we
like
got that
any
less
metropolitan.
than 10
minutes.
minutes into the show, and we already got one of those.
I feel like we all just gotta speak one at a time. I'm gonna be Dr. Drew right now, just
All right.
one at a time.
Dr. Phil.
Street Dr. Phil for you fans.
Rehab.
Yeah. But I thought I love the fact that the cops want, they just decide, all right, let's go to the tape.
Let's go to the
Jim,
tape.
let's go to the tape.
Roll
See what
it.
it says. They go to the telestrator. Oh, there it is, right there. There's the offense. And my question was, is that legal? I mean, there's no
I believe
warrant
it.
there. I mean,
It is on reality TV.
yeah, and it's not. I'm like somebody was saying. I guess the producer just went, yeah, sure, take it. Go ahead.
Have at it.
I'm wondering if because obviously some of the stuff that's shown on TV through Celebrity Rehab isn't legal.
Could be illegal. Yeah.
And same with intervention and stuff.
Yep.
So then what can they arrest him for and what can they not? What are the boundaries? Technically,
Like
that
what's
wouldn't be
self-incriminating,
allowed.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, think of
Because-
it. Wouldn't it be in the case of like this is the Pasadena Recovery Center, and these are quote their security cameras. So let's go to the security cameras. You know what I mean? And in that regard, it's the Pasadena
So you
Recovery
think the
Center.
semantics of whether or not it's a security camera or an entertainment camera is gonna allow the cops?
I'm pretty sure they just see what they can get away with.
Yeah.
Did it seem like Dr. Drew did not even want to have the cops come, though?
No,
He
no,
was-
I
for
didn't think
sure.
one of the cops
Yeah.
coming off.
Well, what's interesting, though, is I think that it turned out to be a good thing, but he was concerned it could have escalated into something
yeah.
worse. But I think the outcome was really positive because the cops did come and they could work it out that way.
Well, and then, Jeremy and Lou just hugged it out.
I know. I love that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
The big, you guys,
Yeah.
testosterone. Yeah, you said some things. I said some things. It's a shame we got it.
And why did it take all of that to get to that point?
Because you got all that stuff pumping in
but
your
Lou's
veins.
sitting over on the other side, and he's going, punk, he's a punk, he's a
Yeah.
smart ass. And you just kept going, it's like boiling
Yeah.
and boiling and boiling. And the next thing you know, Jeremy's like, a minute before, Jeremy's going, I know my truth.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with my truth.
I'll
and
tell
being
you
just
why.
a total
Yeah,
jackass.
yeah.
Okay,
he
the one
was.
thing that you're forgetting is you have
They're
no idea.
men.
Okay, the same thing that allows you gals, to cry at a commercial.
Yes.
That kind of
Wow.
allows
Like
us.
you never
not pointing
cried
to
at a
anyone in,
commercial.
No, I
not
never
pointing
cried at
to
a
anybody
commercial.
in particular, are you?
I'm not saying yeah, exactly. She cries at grocery store openings.
tenderhearted, come
She's
on.
tenderhearted.
There's some good
But
commercials.
the blood's
Just saying.
boiling,
Yeah.
the testosterone's flowing, and it just
they
takes a
can't-
while for that thing to come.
They just can't help it.
Obviously, I think they both are.
They're hotheads, first of all.
They
Yes.
obviously
Their
have been
manhood's
using
in
the
question,
same
is that-
chemicals.
exactly.
One at a
They've been-
time. One at a time.
They've been using the same chemicals. Obviously, they
Bill,
both.
the voice of reason today.
Yeah,
What the
what's
hell is
that
happening?
about?
I'm
We've
sorry.
never had to
steroids.
mediate
I'm sorry
so
to
many
interrupt.
people.
All right, go ahead. Please continue.
No, they're both like on steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremy Jackson probably missing the roids a little bit at this point.
What gets you to say that?
I know.
The views are...
His muscles are just as big though.
Yeah.
And I thought that Jeremy's apology was it was genuine. It
Yeah.
surprised me.
Yeah.
He
And then it went on too long.
I don't know. I put a big plus sign on.
No,
that.
no,
So thought
I
it was
agree with
good.
you. It's just that then the apology happens. Like, okay, and they hugged it up, whatever. And then he said, and then he started to explain what he was trying to do.
Oh, right.
And
I
I
agree
go,
with you.
shut up.
Yeah, stop. Yeah,
Stop.
stop
You
there.
made your amends.
on.
Exactly. You already sold it. You're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I knew when he was genuine when he said, you know what? I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
So-
has.
Well, let's
I
face
wouldn't
it.
doubt
I mean, who hasn't come to the defense of a loved one, guys?
Right.
Okay.
All the
in honor of
time.
them.
By the
Yeah,
way,
Ladies, I did. I have.
David Hasselhoff has taught Jeremy better, and I am very surprised at
That's
that.
right. So.
David Hasselhoff was his fictional
His
father
father.
on
So-
Baywatch.
Right. So, a
Oh.
question for you, ladies: was it a good thing that he came to their defense? Did you go?
Lou?
Is that he should do, or did it annoy you? because
No.
the woman didn't need that?
It was scary.
It was scary. Okay.
No, it was totally out of line. What Jeremy's
Yeah.
sister said
Yeah.
was completely out of line. And whoever said the serial killer comment, I don't know if it was the same gal. It was a completely out of line scenario. It was a terrible thing to say. And yes, the Taylor was her name, should have been called on it. The thing that I object to is all of the
craziness
histrionics
after, yeah.
and all that other stuff that went on. It did not need to be 40 minutes on TV.
Yeah, no way. But they were going to milk
it was
that
ridiculous.
for a long time.
It seems to me that Lou's just very used to this. I think it's almost like he just exploded because this happens a lot. And
Yeah.
this is
Well,
just
that's what he
something
does,
that he's just tired of and sick of. And here it's on TV, and it's even worse.
Well, and we found out in this episode that he was a police officer.
Right.
Yeah,
you
that
could
makes
see
sense.
that.
And right, he comports himself as a former police officer. In my
I'm gonna look that
opinion.
up. Somebody look that one up. Okay. Comport.
And in
Sounds
my
good.
extremely limited personal experience with police officers, I have always found them to be guys who are running into a fight at every time. You know, it's always they have. They're ready to come at something with force every time. And so that's sort of what I mean by how he conducts himself. He was ready for a fight at all times.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
I thought it was really interesting what Dr. Drew said about how the relationship is set up so that she becomes the victim
Yeah.
and he's
The
yeah.
protector.
the
yeah.
protector.
Yeah.
And
that's the key.
I didn't even think about
they
that.
keep
Yeah.
playing it over and over and over.
And then it
again.
clicked for her in that moment because she
Right.
never realized that
I never
before.
thought of it like.
Well, if she wants it, she even said to Dr. Drew later on that she wants him to tell her how to live her life.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just
No,
talk about that. That's the next scene was their one-on-one.
Right.
So he brings Amy in and he's talking actually he's talking in the group about how everything that happens within rehab it's kind of like a microcosm for life.
Right.
And then there was a family meltdown, that friends make mistakes, and he starts focusing on Amy because Amy was just ready to, he was challenging her. And he said, your husband keeps you in victim mode at all times. And then they talked about it a little bit in the, which led to their one-on-one. But interesting that Sean Young brought up the thing about,
Yeah.
she was actually so reasonable today. I don't
Yeah,
even know
that-
what to do with that.
I was
I
like,
thought she
the
was-
voice of reason. Yeah, definitely.
I thought she was very judgmental, where she just basically
you?
turns and says, I think the problem is that you do porn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there was
that wasn't
definitely some
quite how
judgment.
she said it, but yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely
I
some
didn't-
judgment in her.
I didn't get that.
Let's go to the replay.
But it's clearly that Amy gets a lot of kudos out of the victim.
Exactly.
plays
It's a
the card. That's
comfortable
what
place for
that
her to
she
come from.
knows, That's where she comes from, and obviously, husband fills that role of the rescuer, and so that's the comfortable thing that they've
Right.
fallen into.
And like she said, she believes she deserves pain. That's like
Yeah.
what she's reenacting all the time.
I thought it was funny that she said that, and she said, I don't know how I'm going to articulate this to my husband, but I think I deserve pain. And then her husband walked in. Dr. Drew threw her out there, was
Yeah.
like, so why don't you articulate to your husband what you
Teed it
just
up
told me?
nicely, and she
And
couldn't.
she couldn't.
Yeah.
She couldn't do
say
it, yeah, for the longest time.
Yeah.
Just say the one sentence that
Just
you said
repeat what you
before.
said.
You know what?
Continue.
Let's go to the playbook, or let's go to the video again.
Okay.
All
So
right.
we're
You know what I
gonna
mean?
watch
That's
it?
what, if I was Dr. Drew, I'd be like, let's just, all right, here you go.
Play
Great.
it back.
Let's back it up. Yeah. But I thought it wasn't so much, for me anyway, I wish he had said this, Dr. Drew, I wish he had said this. It's not that just that her husband needs to hear it. It's that Amy needs to say it.
Yes,
She's the one
yes,
that has
yes.
to get a voice to herself so that these things, she doesn't keep falling into these things. And
Yep.
that's why it was so difficult for her to say. And that's the things that she has to overcome is
Well, because
be able to give herself a voice.
my take on that is that she believes that if she starts making interpersonal changes like that, if she does start speaking for herself and standing up for herself, her husband won't need her anymore, she won't need him anymore, and they will break up.
Perfect.
That's
exactly.
what she's thinking.
And this is to be the good thing. No, wait, no, that's not what.
Oh, they've been together
Sorry,
for 12 years
erase
and they
that.
love
Let's
each
back that up a
other.
bit.
They love each other.
Despite the whole, I don't think that he should have gone crazy over that whole Jeremy Jackson thing, but he's obviously super supportive. He loves her a lot. So,
Just a little misguided at times.
yeah.
He actually seemed
exactly.
reasonable at the end there talking with Dr. Drew. He seemed very level-headed
I
about the whole
know.
thing.
So
Yeah.
hopefully they can work it out
Yeah.
and that they
And if they can, He's gonna kill Dr. Drew. He's gonna bury him.
But so okay, so
another
I have a
episode.
question. So Amy was talking about how there are changes I need to make in my life, right? The one that she talked about specifically was doing the adult films.
Right.
But I think it's more than that.
Sure.
Do you guys have an opinion about that? Anybody?
What are the changes? She needs
Yeah.
to
What
make?
other changes she's talking about?
I mean, reenacting. She probably
Yeah.
do it in a lot of circumstances. The victim protecting
Yeah.
role, just like in that fight. I'm sure people say really dumb stuff to her all the time
Yeah.
about how she
Yeah.
shot someone.
Right.
You know,
And
so
she's still playing the whole thing about not the game, but the tape she's running is that everybody's out to get me. And she's still playing that as well. That's part of the
Yep.
victim thing. So she's got to address those things.
Well, because she's still 16.
yeah, exactly. She's emotionally stunted.
No, fix that one. Let's go. Move on. That's the next one.
Anyway,
Got this handle. Boom, boom,
But,
boom.
but one of the things that I thought was kind of the most heartbreaking about her was when she was saying to Dr. Drew, "But I want you to tell me what to do."
That was
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
yeah,
That was so sad
But
to
it was
me.
also very daddy, tell me
Yeah.
what to do.
yes.
Right, it was
And
clearly indicative of how she
Yeah.
runs her life all the time.
Yep.
You got to
Yeah.
wonder if 20 years ago, before the whole shooting incident, what her personality was actually like. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, she probably always had some of that in her, but I'm sure that has just made this whole other
Yeah.
emotional
Oh
part
yeah.
of her
It
brain.
defines her life.
Right.
You know.
Everything is related back to that.
Yeah. She's that girl, obviously, 'cause that's what the fight was about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, when Lou came into the one-on-one, what's up with the jeans he was wearing? Did anybody else see him?
Yeah. What's his?
He looked
What?
like he peed his pants. He
I
did.
didn't-
His
we didn't
jeans were
notice
like
it.
Stonewashed.
super
Yeah.
whitewashed
Stonewashed.
on the
Yeah.
front, you know, which and then the center, it just looked like his pants were just wet all the way down the middle. It
His
was
pants.
real.
You weren't paying attention to it?
actually
Did you see
paid
it or
attention
no?
to
Are you
it.
just
Now that you mention it, I
he looked like he
yeah.
peed his pants. Okay, I would never tell him that.
Tamara,
I would never say that.
you
to
should
him.
be sensitive to the fact that maybe he did.
Yeah. Way to
That
call
is a
him out.
possibility.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I apologize, Lou.
Yeah, when you were talking about that, I got so nervous, I wet my pants.
Yeah. It was
pants.
awkward. It was awkward. But
Normal.
What do you do?
Yeah, but what was your comment when he walked in? Do you remember?
No.
Scary.
Because he was like,
He's a big guy.
you know,
Yeah.
walking, if I
Intimidating.
saw him
Yeah.
on the street, if he was sitting next to me in the bus, I keep
You'd
quiet.
change seats.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just sit there. I just be quiet.
Okay.
Like big guy.
Yeah, you probably got a good left cross too. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
He's got the right cross because
That's it. Okay.
twin ninjas.
That's right.
That's true. Never mess with twin ninjas.
So we call you Twinjas? What are we gonna call?
Oh, I never
good name.
thought of that.
It's the Twinjas.
Oh, that's a good one.
You two are
Never
adorable.
see them coming. Coming this fall.
So next we have Michael Lohan, who just becomes the star of the show
Wow.
this week.
I hate
Wow.
him so much. I hate him.
You started liking him.
I
last
know,
week.
just
Yeah,
that.
what?
I know, just
Why?
that 1 week.
What happened?
Oh, he's a little princess drama queen. Tries to put himself
What?
in every situation.
He's just trying to help
little
Kate out.
Feels sorry.
You didn't feel. What about you? Did you feel sorry for him?
I'm on Lohan. I'm on
You're on
Team
his
Lohan.
team, right? What about you? You're on team.
Do I
Lohan?
feel sorry for him?
Well, yeah. Didn't you feel compassion for the guy? What he has to
I
go
felt
through?
that he took it up to a level way beyond reasonable.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's
Clearly.
what he's
The
guy's got a heart condition.
And then I felt like when
Yeah.
when Dr. Drew told him about the heart condition,
Yeah.
he really played that up.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, my
A
favorite is.
lot.
Do you want me to draw it out for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the picture.
I know.
I swear to God, it's like he was drawing it for a kindergarten. kid.
He's a doctor. He's not an artist. Cut him some slack. It was
By the way-
merely
No,
demonstration.
I thought it was. It
was
wasn't Dr.
teaching it
Drew's
to a
drawing. It
kindergartner.
was like he was teaching it to a
Oh,
kindergarten.
I see what you're saying.
This blockage here. Yeah. Widowmaker. Not good.
Yeah.
That's all the
Yeah.
cocaine.
That's the code.
Yeah, that was scary.
And
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure. Widowmaker? That's the bad one? Yeah. It's called a Widowmaker. That's what. It got a nickname.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that he's never looked at a picture of a heart before.
Yeah.
A
If
guy
he
with
has
heart problems. But I believe it. It's
By
him.
the way, so at the end of all that, Dr. Drew keeps it in his notebook and has
And
to make
writes a
notes
Yeah.
for archive purposes.
Well, I think
is
he's
where I
just going
told
to
him.
sign that. Put it on eBay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is the
And I'll be
drawing
there
of
buying it.
Michael Lohan's art.
The problem areas.
You know,
too.
Dr. Drew's personal theme for this show, I think, was let's do something a little different.
Yeah.
Because he was talking to Amy about that.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
maybe we should try something different this time. And then he says that to Michael Lohan. You know, maybe you should try something different.
But that's interesting that you know that. But that's what happens at this part of rehab.
Rehab?
Is
Oh,
that
really?
you got to train
Rehab.
them to do it a new way. Because otherwise you'll just fall back to old
Right.
patterns. And if you don't break the old patterns, you'll just end up back where you started. So that's what has to happen. So you got to supplant whatever was your mode of thinking and method of operation with something new.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And it's
doesn't
like the
work.
crazy person. Okay, do the same thing, expect different results. Oh,
Right.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe according to David Hume, but you know he's dead too.
See, where'd that get him?
Exactly. Well, Lohan was just hamming it up. What a performance.
So, oh, really? So you didn't find that sincere at all? You thought he was
No.
making it up?
Oh, well, suddenly, like Melissa said, when the heart issues came into play, he's like, oh, you're going to kill me. I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to have a heart attack.
It was so ridiculous what
See,
he
but
was saying.
I didn't find him. I didn't find it insincere so much. Like I'm not feeling this. I think he was just using it as a
Oh,
manipulation
yeah.
to get to her.
That's what I
Definitely,
mean.
definitely.
Like,
So, okay.
that's what I'm saying.
And you
Okay.
know what? They just need to take his phone and, like you
I
said,
said-
throw it
Listen,
in a toilet
that's
or
what
a
I-
pool.
yeah.
Just
throw
throw
it
it
in the
away.
toilet.
Throw it away.
Here's a really important question I have. Aren't they ex
Yeah.
fiancés?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I said. And she's like, "You're kissing."
Yeah, but
some
current
girl."
lovers.
Well, I don't care. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so they are okay.
No.
I assumed that it meant they were exes entirely. They're
No,
just
no,
not getting
they're on
married.
and
They're
off
they're
again.
on and off. You know,
Yeah.
they're like Sammy and Ronnie from the
Yeah,
Jersey
They're
that
Shore.
exes of
confused me.
convenience.
Well, yeah, she
Yeah.
said that they're codependent and that she
Yeah.
really wants to be back with him because she can't handle herself without him, which
Because
is
I love
pretty
him.
scary.
I mean,
I don't
really
care.
red
Because
They're
I
flag
the
right
poster
there.
children for bad relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just bad for
Really.
each other.
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah.
what he
Horrible.
said. Was
Toxic
it about
stuff.
them that he said, you're two
You're
anchors?
two anchors
Yeah.
hoping to float.
I know.
And you know when Dr. Drew says that,
Yeah.
it's
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't
Dr.
care.
Drew will be
I don't
like,
care.
She's like,
I don't
"But
care.
love
I don't
him."
care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
That was the day before this
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
incident, right?
exactly.
Where
Yeah.
where they were so wanting to be with each other, and then
Yeah.
the next day, how many times on the phone was there the conversation where it was this
God.
back and forth, this
Like-
insanity, and then to escalate to that?
10:45,
Shouldn't they have-
10:48, 11:02.
Shouldn't they have
Yeah.
a kill switch on the phone? Don't
Yes,
you think?
They should.
Yeah.
When it's that
you know, that's
crazy.
it.
Yeah, you
but
get
I love
5
his
minutes.
trick. Michael Lohan's chase.
Just-
Listen to
oh,
me.
that was
Listen
great.
to me. And he starts pushing the
I know.
phone. I'm so gonna use
I'm
that.
totally using
Yeah.
that. It doesn't, but it only works on landlines.
I know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why
On
people
mobiles, it
don't
won't
do
work.
that, maybe.
Shoot.
That
I'm still
really
gonna
makes
use it.
people listen, though.
I'm gonna do the Lohan on somebody.
Oh, no.
Just 'cause. That's it. You just Lohan me, man.
See, you see what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
this is what I want
This is
from
why I like
Dr.
him.
Drew. Well, Dr. Drew should say, "You're two anchors expecting to float. Do you want me to draw a picture of it?" And then we get a picture.
Just throw the Titanic up on the screen.
Yeah.
That's how devastating and
That's it.
disastrous your
That's right.
relationship
You're the
is.
But-
Titanic. She's the iceberg.
You know what? Thanks to you guys. Tomorrow, I'm starting a new reality show. It's called The Worst Couples Ever. I'm going to take Sam and Ronnie from the Jersey Shore. I'm going to take this couple.
Nice.
Good
Okay.
idea.
And, they're all going to be in one house. And they
Okay,
have to
good,
date
good.
other, whatever
Oh,
spouses
little
or
swapping?
round robin thing
Yeah.
going on. Nice.
Let's see if it
Such-
works out.
that will
Such
be
a good
interesting.
idea.
In the bottom.
It would make for good TV, though, that's for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Definitely.
You're right, Phil. Maybe some of them are perfect for each
Lohan,
other.
you're with Sammy tonight. Ooh,
Oh,
I like it. Oh, but let's think of their names. So they're going to be the Samlo. What's their name?
Sam Han.
Sam Ham.
Loham.
The Loham. That's it.
There you go. Simple enough.
I like that. I got that. I like Bai's reaction when he was going.
Oh, she's the
when,
best.
when Lohan was going crazy. It's too much. It's
Yeah.
What is going on?
too much.
And Steven Adler was
She's so
like,
cute.
"Oh no," as
Yeah.
if he 2 weeks ago wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, he's just like looking like it's a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, exactly. You're
And
driving
so, but-
yourself crazy.
You know what Kate was freaking out about was the picture she saw on TMZ
Yeah.
of Michael Lohan kissing
Yeah,
Some housewives.
Kim G.
Kim G.
Jesse,
Whoa.
It's
get
Kim G.
Courtney's ass on the phone. Courtney watches Real Housewives.
there you
of
go.
New
I do
Jersey.
too. You can just get me.
Okay,
I'll
let's
right
get
over
Tammy.
here.
All right, there we go.
Jesse,
What would you like
Jesse,
to know?
Get Tammy on the phone.
Oh, wait.
So we can-
Yeah.
Have we seen this episode then? This episode, right? Because it was for the show.
No.
Didn't
no.
air.
Mm-mm.
And you're caught up?
Huh?
And you're caught up
Yeah, I'm
as can
caught
be?
up. I got caught up on Sunday. I mean, last Sunday. So
there was
week.
like
Maybe.
no legitimacy to that claim at all.
No. What I'm saying is that it wasn't shown on the New Jersey Housewives show.
TV.
So it was off camera.
So because they're still at Christmas in New Jersey, and this apparently happened in March.
I always knew Jersey was behind the rest of the country.
That is exactly
Are you
what I
up
thought.
on the news and gossip about the Real Housewives of New Jersey then?
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about because
The show
this
itself.
is news and gossip. You know,
Yeah.
basically it was just I don't even know. But the point of it is it's not even a real housewife he's kissing. It's
Oh.
Kim G. She's a fake
that?
housewife. She's a
She's
poser housewife.
Fake house. Oh,
What do you mean?
God, that's
How?
even better.
Well, she's the they call her sort of the old hag. The
It's low hag.
Teresa.
Low
Okay, does
hag.
anybody else watch the New Jersey Housewives? Because it's
No,
not going to make
no,
any
no,
sense.
no.
So it doesn't
I
matter.
know the
She's
names.
she's not one of the housewives. She's like the friend. She was good friends with Danielle Staub.
Oh.
I don't know
Okay.
what that is. But sure.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But my point is just that it was Kim G. She wasn't even a real housewife.
Okay.
But
And so it's like totally
So
lame.
he can't even get a real.
You can't even get a real housewife.
Hey, guys, I'm actually going
He's
to
like,
throw
anyone?
a fan in on the conversation.
Oh, nice,
okay,
great.
bring it.
Caller on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, are you there?
Are you sober?
Rehab.
Nice,
And they
ladies.
scared
Very
away.
good. ladies.
Okay,
Okay,
bye-bye.
moving on. Hopefully we'll get him back.
Well, what was I going to... did Michael Lohan appear on the show before? Like, is this like a one-time appearance? I don't understand what he did for the show. If he just
I
made
don't
up-
think he
it
did
hasn't.
anything.
It hasn't
hasn't
happened
aired or
yet.
something.
See, the Real
But he
Housewives.
hasn't ever appeared beforehand,
No.
right?
Correct.
No,
Correct.
never been.
I've never seen him. He's never been on the Housewives of New Jersey that we have seen.
Okay.
I think that it's probably out of desperation, and maybe they put it in the Housewives. Maybe
See-
they didn't.
see,
but
it's
they
like-
would have like done it anyway.
It's like this. It's not like, hey, I did one episode of Glee. Check me out on that. Like, what?
Right.
That's what boggles my mind. And I love Michael Lohan's thing of like, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. He went back to the 90s.
What's this?
You know what?
That was a disgusting picture.
It
Yeah, I
What
was
was? Do
like,
that again.
Sorry, Phil.
they looked like they were eating each other. I mean,
He took the inspiration of Shaggy. It wasn't me. So she caught me in the bathroom. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
That wasn't me. What about the photos? It wasn't me. I mean, it's all so ridiculous.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
well,
Her reaction, the fact that they're talking every
Yeah.
7 minutes,
Right.
that he's yelling, "You're killing me." He's turning red as a
Yeah.
beet.
I love that.
I mean, it was just, oh my god.
But,
so
I mean, it
ridiculous.
was such a great way to show how addicted to chaos
You're
he
right.
is. That part was just amazing.
Yeah,
At
it
any
never
moment, he
ended.
could have just put down the phone and went, hey.
Yeah,
But
it,
no.
It did seem like he really just enjoys this.
Fuel
Oh
Like the
yeah, I
fire.
think
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it fuels him. I think that again. I think that's a pattern that he's in. He doesn't
Exactly.
know anymore. He doesn't know how to stop.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't know if I can. I'm not sure that that's true, but I know that that's what he does.
Right.
And
He clearly doesn't want to stop that.
Yes.
That he gets such juice out of that that's one
does.
thing that makes him feel
And
alive.
this
And he
woman
was
is
so mad
supposed
at-
to be in rehab, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
but
she's
she's
not- she's
committed
refused-
to it, but she's an addict.
She hasn't
so
gone yet,
She's
though.
an
You
addict,
can't trust
yeah.
what she says.
And that was Shelley's whole thing. Okay, you want me to put whose name on this list?
Oh yeah.
I want Kate on that list.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have,
I'm putting it
and
on.
you don't have
That
to tell
worked
me that.
out well.
Well, actually, she does. I mean, her job is to call you out when you're not being authentic.
Yeah.
So that's her job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You break a commitment. Her job is to point it out.
Do you think, and this just came up into my little brain, but what if this whole episode of her being so upset, what if she doesn't want to go into rehab and this is one way to maybe
To avoid you.
to avoid
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
I
absolutely.
wouldn't put it past
No.
her.
And I
mean-
think it's also.
But what about the fight outside? I mean,
Oh
all
yeah,
that started.
but
all
it's
wow.
Michael Lohan's way of avoiding dealing with the real stuff that's
Yeah.
coming up for him. Also, they're both distracting each other.
But yeah, it is, and it's a good thing it happened because they really
Can't they just
shouldn't
go
be
on a
together.
hike or something?
They really should.
Distract yourself that way, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, let's
Don't
on
go on a
together.
hike with Phil.
Let's go on a hike together.
Just avoid
Phil
any
can be the mediator.
ledges.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hike on low ground.
She slipped.
No mountain hiking, just
Exactly.
prairies only.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a fight. Definitely.
Prairie hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
They-
Safe.
And then she goes, "Get him away from me." Well, stop walking toward him.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Both of them
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
that. It's
That's
like,
great.
stop calling me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk
But
to
I
you.
love. I mean, if
But
you're
please,
standing back
talk
looking
to
at
me.
it from an
Yeah.
objective point of view, I'm just going, look at how they engage.
I know.
Just
And
and then
cr-
they can't. You know,
and-
then it's just that they can't pull it. It's like it's amazing.
And then also bring the rest of the world
Yeah, they
into
have-
the whole
everything
thing.
has to come
Jen is
into their-
running behind Michael, going, Michael,
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 breathe,
your heart, your heart,
Michael,
you breathe,
breathe,
yeah.
Michael, your heart, breathe.
I just
Yeah.
wish somebody
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
slapped the
With hers,
phone
yeah.
out of
With
his
him.
hand.
She seemed like she was hemming it up too.
Yeah,
It's good
I'm
TV.
not. I'm not the biggest fan of hers.
Yeah.
The producers are going, go get.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the bathroom together. Get the phone. They're probably in her ear. saying,
Okay, so and he's going through his craziness, turning beet red, coughing that kind of scary cough, right?
like the death rattle.
Yeah.
Goes outside, starts smoking a ciggy.
That's
Oh
right, that's what I
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. First thing.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
love that.
Right, yeah.
Because he just wants people to care about him, so he pushes it to such an extreme. He's like, "Give me
But that's
attention,
how much he
please.
cares.
Give me
But
attention."
that's how much he cares.
If you're breathing, cigarettes, you have to inhale them. So he's
Yeah,
taking
so it
in some
calms him
amazing,
down. Yeah, there you go.
air and
Relaxing.
all that. So.
He's taking a
okay.
deep breath full of toxins, but
Just
it's
like
a
what
deep
Jen
breath,
said.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that helps calm
Calming.
him down because nicotine's not.
She did tell him to do that. She said take a deep breath, so that's
Yeah,
his
so he
way to
did.
do
Yeah,
that.
So he did that. Well, this was my favorite part of that whole situation.
Yeah.
Do tell.
When they call Dr. Drew when he's not expecting it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he looks really hot in this in this black t-shirt that he wears, and he's like surprisingly like totally in shape, which is not what I like.
You didn't know that?
How do you
Oh,
have
by the way,
time?
Man is cut.
Like, how does he have time to do that
He's
and
just
be so
God.
amazing?
He's a beast.
Well, when you think
He's
about
addicted to work.
if
he really
he is
is.
every day
Oh, really,
facing,
Phil? Is he
Yeah.
addicted to work?
He is addicted to work. And you know what? Kevin and I were talking, Kevin Undergaro, my other producer, and he was like, I really want to see Drew
He's
punch
jacked.
either Jeremy
He's
or
jacked.
Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
ready.
he's so good.
He's so
He
jacked.
could. He could beat them up.
So that's really hot. So I really like it when he
Was
wears
that your most
black
favorite
shirt.
part when he
Yeah,
showed
I
up?
think
Okay.
that was
I even said it. I was like,
Please,
oh, he
please
looks
tell
hot.
me you're not objectifying him.
She
Okay,
can't
thank you
say.
very much. All right,
Can't
so
say
you
that.
are.
I believe that I'm
Yeah.
sexualizing him.
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah.
All he is to me, when I look at him, I say, I don't. Well, actually, but he's like a great person.
Yeah, okay, listen to the rationalization here. You just want- Come on.
Oh, Dr. Drew, please call me. Call into Loveline or
I need
mean,
a
call in
physical,
here.
please, Dr.
I need to go to rehab,
That's right.
like right now.
Well, again, as I've said before, your careers will kind of, by the way, Michelle and Melissa are both singers.
Oh, yes.
And we'll judge their careers based on the fact if they end on intervention or celebrity rehab.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, so. Or behind the music could be good too. They're still doing
Yeah.
those every once in a while.
They
So that'd
are.
be nice.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
By the way, I didn't
hoping
quite
for
hear
rehab.
everything Dr. Drew said. Look, if you don't get inside, I'm going to have to discharge you. What did he say exactly? I missed
Once
it.
they leave rehab,
Yeah.
if they get sort of with outside of sight lines, they
Yeah.
have to go. They're officially released, and then they have to be. They can't just walk back in the door. They have to go back through
Oh, I
intake
see.
again and have all their, have the
Right.
cavity search and do the pee test and all that kind of stuff.
There's your in. There you go.
Dr. Drew.
So that's what he means.
Cavity
Again, just because it was. I felt like I was watching the Bad Girls Club for a little while
Oh, yeah.
between.
It could have been.
Wait a
Really?
minute.
Wow,
I think it's the
nice.
wrong show.
But
between
nobody
Michael
hit each
Lohan
other.
and huh?
There was no hitting.
To be continued.
Oh,
Well,
that's
Kate
fine.
said if there wasn't a camera here, he'd
Yeah.
be hitting me.
Oh,
then
yeah,
it
so
really
she
would be
says.
embarrassing.
Come on.
Well,
But-
didn't it? Okay, I didn't see the entirety of the last episode, but Kate got super upset.
Right.
She was shaking really intensely.
It's like having a panic attack.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well,
Detoxing.
she was also in the. Yeah, she was.
Oh, her addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
there's-
wasn't on anything at them. At least we don't think she was on anything because part of the deal of coming there was that she had to be clean. So I'm sure that was part of what was exacerbating whatever emotional problems she was having.
And obviously she was drunk.
And she knows how to hit Lohan. Lindsay hates you. Dina hates you.
Yeah,
Then you
and
know
he was
what?
like,
Exactly,
"You're
yeah.
a hooker," and she was like,
You're
"What?"
old, ugly, and bald. She says back.
And she's like, I'm not even attracted to you.
You know, the question is,
Ow.
how do they both recover from that? Because they're gonna, next episode.
I only imagine that
They're gonna
they've
hug
said
it out.
much worse in the past anyway.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
they find a way back.
sure this is
know.
quite
By the way,
normal.
here's how you do it.
Oh, do tell.
This is how Phil does
Phil?
it.
Go.
Well, you may be a hooker, but you know I love you because I haven't paid you for any of it.
Wow, that really
Classy
that won me
answer.
over. I'm not even a hooker.
You want him, don't
I
you?
do.
I'm just
Tab
saying.
research.
Actually, Phil and I were talking earlier today, and
We don't ever talk.
we were in passing
Out in the green room.
One time, I accidentally spoke, and he responded.
Wow.
We were talking about. I was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be awesome to do that for a living, not a hooker?" But it
What?
was something totally, I don't know, like irrelevant. I don't know. It was something that made sense.
Beekeeping.
Do you remember?
We were talking about
Probably
Amy's
beekeeping.
porn industry.
No. But I was like, wouldn't it?
Philately.
What would it was something totally off topic,
Uh-huh.
and then I said, "Wouldn't it be? What would be the worst?" Now
It's
I found
probably off topic
$5.
for
Right,
Did you
that's
find
amazing.
$5?
Yeah.
Okay.
A big $5 bill.
Good.
And then, but basically, Phil said, like, I think it was pretty out of nowhere because I was surprised. It would be awesome to get paid for having sex.
Phil, I'm
Okay.
surprised.
I
you
believe
remember
I
that.
did not
Okay.
say that.
Whoa.
This is what I have to
Phil.
say this in all honesty, and I mean this. I admire your ability to crash and burn and keep going. You are a tenacious person.
Thank you.
are just,
Do you want to see more of a burn?
No, we're saving that for later.
No.
Oh, we are?
Phil,
No,
I'm not even attracted to you.
Whore,
Okay.
hooker. Sorry, I got it wrong.
Got it right.
Sorry,
By the way,
sorry.
while we're, I guess, on this off-topic thing, we did Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and Scott, this character in there, he was kind of going, he promised he would go to Vegas but not have a sip of alcohol, and then he said, I'll just have one.
No.
And my explanation for that was, well, you know what? He's trying to find the right one. He just hasn't found it yet.
Oh, I see.
The right one,
Yeah,
what?
that makes
Right
sense.
drink.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, so he has to
'Cause
continue
just like
drinking.
finding the right woman to come along, or the right
Guy.
as we speak.
The
so,
right, yes.
You know.
You have to lick
Yeah.
a few before you get to the right one.
That is such an inside joke that I'm just going to disregard that. And Tammy, please continue.
Something about that city.
This, would normally come up in news and gossip, but since we're bringing it up, and I don't really have anything beyond this, March 23rd of this year, Michael Lohan was charged for domestic violence from Kate Major.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Lies.
sorry. And then in May 23rd of this year, he pleaded not guilty to misdemeanor battery.
Wow.
Whoops.
Okay.
Okay.
Wasn't me.
So, and this
Wasn't me.
whole, the kissing, the Kim G
Right.
from the Housewives, this whole incident happened sometime in March. So it could be the domestic violence charges could actually have come from this incident. So there could be battery in next week's episode is what I'm getting to.
So my prediction of them kissing and making up maybe is not going to
Maybe
happen.
premature.
No, I think no.
Maybe.
Perhaps
Potentially.
not.
I'm going with that because they're so nuts that they'll
Yeah,
probably.
eventually,
it
I'm
was
sure
me.
we'll
I'm
get
sorry.
there.
It was all me, baby. No, it was me, baby. It was me. Baby.
But
Come
then
on, whoa.
domestic violence charges are those things that a person can drop, the victim can drop, or
Yeah.
They can. The police have to arrest you
Mm-hmm.
if they're, if there's one of the things. But that doesn't mean that the prosecutors will proceed.
Okay.
So, especially
if-
if
Usually
the,
will.
So, but if it went as far as him being charged, then she didn't drop the charges.
right.
Mm-hmm,
Well, sometimes the state will bring the charges regardless of whether or not the person that was offended
Oh, I see.
does,
Okay.
if they find it's in the best interest of the state. Thank you very much.
I'm just-
I'll be right back. If you need any legal advice,
Be sure to ask.
Thank
John
you,
could write you
Grace.
some excellent closing
Is
arguments.
there
That's
any
right.
more gossip?
No, that was really all I had.
Cool.
Anybody else have any gossip to tell?
wow.
Dr. Drew's really hot.
Should we
Hardly
maybe
gossip.
now go to a commercial? Does
Yes.
anybody have anything?
Let's
else?
do it.
Any last thoughts?
Yes,
Anyone?
but I'll leave them for the last thoughts.
For the last thoughts time. Okay, so let's go to commercial, Jesse.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729. 256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig! The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
So welcome back. We have a little special segment we'd like to.
Oh, what's this?
Baywatch.
What do you got for us?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, it's the Baywatch music.
Oh, Baywatch didn't objectify women in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Good call, Phil.
Could you guys run in slow motion for us, please?
Wow.
But in your bras.
No? There.
She's going for
There
it.
you go. There you
My
go.
mother would be
You
so
guys-
proud.
You guys would totally fit in Las Vegas.
What?
Well,
Oh.
before
Please.
Las Vegas.
How
let's-
so?
All right, fine. We-
The Macedos have a story to tell.
Okay.
I guess they
So
do.
let me lay
Hang
the
on to your
groundwork.
butts.
So it's during the day, completely light outside for everyone to see. It's a little pool, you know, some alcohol is involved. This is one reason why people shouldn't drink. Because if you're a millionaire,
And not
things
just-
happen.
Not just a millionaire, but a million.
But
Multi-millionaire.
many millions.
Yes.
The way I heard
So-
it, you guys went to a spa
Yeah.
and for free.
No. Okay.
No.
So this
how'd this
is.
go?
Let me set the record straight, since Phil hears every 3 words that I say.
Wow.
It.
Broke a record.
I know. So we went to the pool
Mm-hmm.
at a hotel in
Wasn't
Las
this
Vegas.
a friend of yours that went to a pool hotel in Las Vegas?
A close friend.
Close friend.
Okay, thank you.
That went to a pool,
Who shall remain anonymous.
anonymous, with her friends,
Okay.
just wanting to have
Who
fun.
looked a lot like those other friends.
Yes.
Some of them do.
Let her tell her story, John.
and
For goodness sake.
and
Take all night.
and in Vegas they give a lot away for free, drinks, all this stuff, whatever.
Well,
if you're a girl,
If you're,
Oh yeah, because
if you're
I'm
a
gonna
girl.
say if you're a guy that doesn't happen.
no,
And
yeah.
was
if
this
you're a girl.
So anyway,
off pool house? Well, that's
I'm just gonna disregard that, or else I'll get too mad.
all right.
Well-
continue
So
on.
anyway, the ladies were at the pool.
Anyway, we're at the
At the
pool.
pool.
Broad
And
daylight.
Broad daylight. There were some.
Standing-
I'm gonna go
standing
ahead
around the
and
pool.
say it. Standing, gross old men.
Well,
One of them.
Well, can we just say that we were at the front of the pool, which is where the poor people are, and then the cabanas at the back cost $1,500 if you want to like have it
Hang
for a
out there
few
for-
hours.
yeah.
Okay.
So all the waiters are walking around trying to convince girls, since mainly
and trying to
it was
pay us. Yeah,
and
it
trying
was
to
us.
pay us to go over and hang out with these guys.
How much did you make?
I
Sorry.
wish
Not
that I
enough.
could say
Too soon?
that I made
Not
money.
enough.
No, not enough. I
Okay.
really wish that I took the money before that. I was so mad that I just walked out.
Kind of storming out situation.
So
Yeah.
anyway, the waiters were trying to get girls to go over to hang
Yeah,
out with
and
the
they were
guys
skeevy
who were in the
old
cabanas.
guys.
Feeding shots and stuff, and a lot of the cabana guys were really desperate and asking for girls, asking the waiters to ask the girls to come over there, which is like, that sucks. So we went over there. The first guy that I talked to actually introduced himself, saying, "I know you're gonna think I'm creepy, but I'm really not creepy like my friends." And then I talked to him, and I said, like,
He actually is just as creepy as.
well, I said,
that-
why
that's
would
not
you
a good
say
line.
that?
It's not a
Right.
good
If you
line.
weren't
Yeah.
I should
creepy.
strike that from my list.
Yeah.
And I
But-
said that, and
okay.
he said, haha,
Time out.
that's
I'm sorry.
true.
I have to know. Why did you even go over there?
I don't know.
Because we were on the way out.
Yeah, it was on the
This-
way out. We were walking
And
out.
the waiters were like begging us.
Yeah.
So-
Just for 5 minutes, just stop by, just
So
stand
that-
Say
there.
hi.
So
just say
basically,
hi.
you're teaching us that if we just beg you enough, you'll give in.
Yes.
Okay. Just
So
checking.
that's
So-
really the lesson.
Anyway, long story short, suddenly I hear Melissa screaming, "There's a guy licking people's asses."
And well, how I was talking to my friend and I looked over because I felt like something was in my proximity, and a guy.
Wait, that's what you call it?
It was in your what?
No,
Oh, okay.
in the proximity of my space. You know,
Okay.
when you
Oh,
feel
wow.
someone standing next to you.
Wow.
And I turned around, a guy with his tongue out is going right
Is that Latin for
towards
what?
my ass. So I felt like I had to warn everyone,
So she
and I got
starts
really
yelling.
mad at him.
So you warned everyone, and what did they do? You
They
warned all
laughed
of your
at
lady
me.
friends.
All
and,
my lady friends.
And they did what?
They laughed at
They
me.
laughed.
I
You
heard
just,
a part
you're
of it.
Well,
crazy.
because it's a ridiculous thing to hear. I would think that was a joke as well. I would
Yes,
not.
I would agree with that, but it's coming from Melissa, who was probably earnest in her.
I was quite earnest
Yes.
in my pleas.
I
Yes.
took it as a comedy strength.
Uh-huh.
The more believable you are, the funnier it is.
I see. Okay.
Well, they soon realized that.
Well, I know
he was
idea.
coming back for more.
I had no idea. No one was
He had-
behind me
He
protecting
had seconds
me.
on his mind.
He did.
And so all of a sudden, I feel it.
You feel what? I'm sorry.
I feel.
Okay, again, I need to clarify. You were wearing a swimsuit, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Was it a G-string swimsuit or just a bikini
Is
onesie?
that necessary?
no, she doesn't wear
The
a G-string.
people
I don't.
are listening to
I
this
don't.
podcast. They're not seeing it.
They want to.
And they need to relate. If any good can
The
come
butt
from
is
this,
covered.
we need to
Let's just
relate to
say
this
that.
story. This is
No.
group therapy. I don't even know why we're talking about it, so please.
It's
at least
covered.
let's-
We're getting
It's
to it.
covered.
Okay.
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 All right.
So you feel
So I feel like a
a
mouth-tongue situation.
Oh no.
Yeah.
upon a part of your person.
Mm-hmm.
Your proximity.
Upon, yeah, was it on your
My
proximity?
proximity.
My proximity.
Is it?
I don't
would it-
even
would it
know
be-
what's going
is
on
it the
at
left
first.
proximus or the right proximus?
Left side.
Left side. Okay.
So then I don't even know what to do or say, and I turn around, and this guy is like down there, and he's looking up at me. This drunk idiot who just looks like an older version of a bro. He was like
So,
in a frat and stuff.
Was he
but, like,
smiling?
20
Did he have
years
his
ago.
tongue out? Like, you know, the
He was
smoking
smiling.
gun with
smiling.
the tongue sticking out?
He was smiling.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Puppy
His
dog
tongue-
eyes.
Did he go because he had lint or anything?
No.
No, he just got up and he was like laughing, kind of.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? What did you just do?" So I start like slapping him, thinking like, "What am I doing?" In the middle of
Yeah.
it, it's like, "What am I doing?" If anything, like this isn't hurting him, but he needs to know that I'm not joking.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Unlike Melissa, who
who
wasn't joking.
was joking.
They didn't take him seriously, so you want to make sure he took you seriously.
Exactly. So then, and I remembered from stage combat, what have I learned about punching to follow through?
Right.
So then I followed through
Yeah.
with my
And
left
tagged
fist.
him with the left cross.
And tagged him, and he fell over, but he was
Nice.
really drunk, so
Yeah.
I it didn't look like it was.
Yeah.
All you had
come on,
to
it
do
probably
was
looked
like,
impressive though from the other side.
Yeah.
It was like, damn.
his friend,
mess with her.
His friend was like, "Whoa, man, whoa," because he
Yeah.
was trying to
That's
run
right.
away
Do
by the
not
time
lick
that I
her
punched
ass.
him. He was running away from me. I was like, "Get back here!" I pushed his friend. He was trying to run away from me like a little kid. Like,
Well, you just hit somebody, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
no, the guy that before I hit
perpetrator.
him,
Uh-huh.
the perpetrator
Yeah.
was running away from me.
Well, because you just hit him.
No, before that.
Oh. all right.
Anyway, we try and get him kicked out, but silly me, he's a millionaire, so you can't really get millionaires kicked out of places.
No,
so.
and the waiters told Melissa
But you
to
can't.
lighten up.
You can't
Oh, yeah.
sue them.
I said lighten up.
True.
That's true. Yeah, he said lighten
Yeah.
up.
You said the
and I
waiter
was
said
like,
lighten up.
Only in Vegas.
And
you know?
and his friends said, "What about him?"
Oh, they said no, you guys, he's not like this when he's sober.
And that is the point of the story.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
It's because he has a disease.
Okay.
A
Right.
disease.
That's right. That was a long
So you should feel
road.
bad for him, you know?
That's right.
You should
We
really
Yeah,
take
you're
pity
right.
on him.
Don't
yeah.
hate the sinner, hate the sin. It's not him. It's the ass licking we
Don't
we
hate the
find.
liquor.
Actually, it's because of the liquor that he is a liquor.
Ah.
That's right.
So-
And can we
very
next
true,
time? Can we
true
please
word.
listen to Melissa?
Yeah, I think that's
mean,
really
moral of
the
the story.
The,
The
point
next
of
time
the
Melissa
story.
comes up to you and says, "Hey, there are some ass lickers here," I think we should listen to her.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
Melissa
true.
has a lot of farces that she spreads.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I speak the truth.
Listen to your sister.
Yeah.
Especially
All
about,
right.
about the ass liquors.
Butt
Yeah.
lickers.
So
There we
So
go.
there it is.
there it is.
Thank
That's
you.
that's a very
for
special
listening.
segment. Does anybody else have a butt licking story they'd like to share?
Well, no.
That's what I thought.
That's a terrible story.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, one time I was in Vegas and I went up to this girl
Oh no.
That would be
and
fun.
she
It was
hit me.
you.
All I said was hi. I don't remember what happened, but
Well, on a real, more on topic subject, our own Maria Menounos was on
Yes.
Dateline I believe last Wednesday. Right? Was it last Wednesday? You better know.
Can't
Last
recall.
Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah.
Love line. Love line.
Love
That's
line,
what
not
I
day-
said.
You
What-
said Dateline.
Dateline. I was like, why?
Big
She's
I
been
heard
on
it.
Dateline before.
Big difference.
Yeah, but this one she's on Love Line.
It was Wednesday and it was amazing.
And so she was with Dr. Drew, and, they did quite well. So, if it's
Did they
not.
make out?
No. Why? Like.
I'm just wondering if he's
Psycho
open.
Mike did
Yeah,
comment.
whoa! Look at where she's going in her head right now. She's thinking of it right now.
How great sobriety is. Yeah.
Now,
By the way,
let me ask. Now, if it was Dr. Drew behind you and that happened, would you hit him?
No, I'd say, what
Good
took you so
question.
long?
There you go. Okay.
But anyway.
What were you going
By
to
the
say?
way, that whole part. I hope Dr. Drew, if you're listening, I hope you don't look down at whatever. Come on.
What?
Oh my God.
She's
just
a fan.
admiring him.
She's
She's a
enamored of the
fan.
man.
You know what? He's a Pasadena boy. We're Pasadena girls through
Yeah.
and through. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we
can't-
are.
Fair enough.
We
well,
get him.
the good news
They're
is
dead.
Don't say
Marie
that.
actually gave a plug about AfterBuzz, and
Yay.
she actually said, specifically that we also cover Celeb Rehab.
Yeah. She
So,
did. She gave
Dr.
a
Drew,
big
if you're
shout out.
listening, and we hope we're making you proud.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Well,
We're watching the show. That's the best we can do. Is that we're fans of the show.
And
we
we
love the
love it.
show. We think you're fabulous in it, and we hope you keep doing it.
And call in.
And I love the hard ass Dr. Drew that we're getting.
Oh,
these
yeah, I
days.
love it.
Yeah.
He's a little soft earlier in the other episodes,
Yeah,
and
but
he's been a
I'm
real hard
wondering-
ass this season.
I'm
I
wondering
love
if-
that about him.
I'm wondering if he kind of does that, like in the beginning portion of the rehab, first 2
I'm
weeks.
sure,
wondering
so he's not scaring
yeah,
people away.
exactly. And
Yeah.
then at some point you gotta bring down the hammer.
Yeah.
It sounds like Michelle would maybe prefer if he takes off his shirt and tie and wears a t-shirt a
That
little,
would-
more often.
Yeah. That would be
While he's being the hard ass
Yeah.
Dr. Drew.
Right.
Wouldn't you like to see him in the pool?
in the pool. If I'm there
The swimming
too.
pool. Yeah.
all right. Enough about this crap. I don't care.
yeah.
I'm sure every other
Bill's
guy
all of
cares
a
about
sudden
that.
So
upset.
okay, so let's talk predictions for
Well,
next
also,
week.
uh,
sorry,
Dr.
Yeah.
Drew and Maria will be. Maria's going to be heavily involved with Life Changers on the CW network.
That's right.
Which
When
is
is that?
when is
When is
that?
that coming out?
I believe mid-September,
So
September 19th.
Excellent.
If I don't know, Jess, can we look that up? But I believe it's September 19th.
And that is a weekly show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, I won't ask
I
you
would do.
anymore.
Well, I know they
Changers.
want to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Dr. Drew would be crazy enough to do a daily show, so it could. I don't know.
he
Right, sorry, what?
does a show. He does a show.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait,
no,
wait,
not
wait.
this
Plays.
commercial.
What are we watching?
I don't know.
WWE, but of course.
Yeah, but when we
What?
watch.
Wait, what?
So everyone's a little
And
distracted.
that's Canellis.
Was that Canel's show?
Yeah,
Was
in
that
the red
Maria?
bikini.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
on. Way to go,
Oh,
Maria.
very nice. Maria Canales is our friend. She hosts
Yes,
other
she
AfterBuzz
is.
TV shows, and she's.
Way to go,
Pretty
Maria.
girl.
There we go.
SummerSlam.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so yes, Life Changers.
So when we
September
get
19th.
all the info, we'll make sure everybody knows about it.
Yes.
And
September
so,
13th.
September
September
13th, like
Thank
I
you,
said.
Jesse.
so I believe John, you have a beer, right?
I do. Hold on.
Okay, your beer. So for I guess half
you and
of
I
our
are sharing.
contingency, we're gonna celebrate day 17
Yes,
of
day 17.
sobriety for these guys.
Awesome. Let's celebrate. Here's
All
to
right.
you. Day
Get a
17.
water.
No,
Do I get
So-
to
you
first?
get to have the beer.
Hey.
Cheers.
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 Cheers to the rehabbers.
Cheers. Crunk.
Jessica is going to be having some issues next week's show, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
has yet another one of her
Oh,
little
what
baby
about our
outfits.
awesome music cue? No.
Yeah,
the
the
onesies
onesie.
are
Oh,
amazing.
onesies.
Did
I
you use
can't
one in
remember.
gray and in black
And
in
yellow.
yellow?
Yeah.
And
The
she had-
AfterBuzz
Did she have a yellow and
Yeah.
a green one too? I remember seeing a yellow and a green. I mean, a green one as well.
Probably.
Probably,
Yeah,
and there
sure.
was pink, I think, at one point.
One for
too.
every day of the week.
Exactly. Well, I don't know if you
Every
guys
day
saw
rehab.
when the people that she knew came. There's a quick shot of her saying hi to her friends, and then her going like, look how awesome my outfit is.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. And I was like, what? Like it was weird.
She's like baby
You know,
clothes.
I'm
It's
sure
baby clothes.
that they're going to hit the market very soon, and they're going to be a whole line of onesies, and she'll be signing them. And
I'm sure
and
you're
then
right.
you're
A
gonna
nice-
show up
a
here
nice
with
revenue
a onesie.
stream. If I could get my hands on one, I would definitely wear those. But I'm gonna wear those with the things in the the little trap door in the back.
John, you and I are trying to bring back jumpsuits.
That's it.
So why
do it.
not?
Yeah.
For guys, it's jumpsuits.
J-Lo brought it back. You're
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah, but not the guy jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'm-
totally different than that. Yeah. So,
So.
Oh, good.
two of us
heavens.
could fit in one of those.
Okay, so predictions for next
All
week.
right, here we
We've
go,
got the
predictions.
cops coming again.
Oh.
This is the most cops we've ever gotten.
Yeah,
I know.
this is
Yeah,
2 weeks in a
definitely.
row.
I
Thank
love
you.
the cops.
So Joe, you were thinking they're going to kiss it out. They're going to hug it out. And I'm talking about
Yeah.
Lou and, not Lou,
Michael
and Kate.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. I don't quite know why I feel that way, but they're so crazy that I think that's probably what's going to happen.
I completely agree. I think you've hit it right on the head there. I think they're gonna, and of course they'll in the next episode they'll beat each other up like crazy and hate each other, and we'll go back and forth on that.
Yeah, well, I think it seems like the more they escalate on each side, they both feed off of it. So this is actually an act of love, and that's
In their
that's what it
own
is.
really crazy, twisted way.
Yeah.
Right.
Phil, any predictions?
Didn't it kind of get cut off in terms of that? I mean,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we saw him go
we
into
see
the
Sugar,
administration room,
aka
and that's it.
Jessica, and I mean, yeah, I really. This is the second to be continued we've gotten, and I mean, for me, I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I love how many cops we've had come in.
Yeah,
onto this.
It's like they got him on speed dial.
And
It's like the local donut
911.
shop.
And like I said in Pasadena, there's not a ton going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
really?
they like to hang out and they like to pull over
I think they like to be
anyone
on
and
TV.
everyone. And they do like to be on TV.
Oh, well, that's good.
So that's their way of getting into the limelight. Is that what you're saying?
Even though their faces
that's
are
that's
blurred.
the comments of Michelle and Melissa Macedo.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that.
Yeah, why would you say that to me?
I completely deny saying that.
That never happened. Look at the tape.
Check the tape. Do we have any other predictions? Anyone?
Well, I want Steve to have one more meltdown.
Steven, to
I
have
do.
another
Just
meltdown?
one
I don't think
more.
he will have in this next episode, but I think at some point he will.
We only have a couple more episodes coming
I know.
up. So.
What about Sean Young?
I don't know. Maybe she'll actually have an interview or something where you might be able to talk about her.
Something
Instead
interesting.
of a comment.
Or Doc.
Yeah.
And we finally got to see Jeremy do more than just a reaction
Jeremy
shot.
showed up. Yeah.
You know what? You know what would be interesting if Sean Young just completely they just did a confessional where she talked about which of the Blade Runners is her actual favorite cut of the film. Why? I don't know, but they should just do that.
That's such a good idea, Phil. You should
Maybe
call
they're
in and
listening.
talk to
Let's
them
hope they
about
are,
it.
and they'll take your note. That's all I can say.
All I'm saying is this is coming from the guy who created mixed match couples of the worst couples
That's
ever
true.
created.
He
That's
did do
right.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Something good came
Brought
out
to
of
you
all
by
this.
Phil Svitek. Well, I guess that's it then. So
That's it.
we
That
will
is.
cheers to all of you in
Cheers.
rehab,
Cheers, Michael.
and we will see you next week. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
Get
And stay sober.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.